Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Nate. Holla. Hope everybody's doing amazing, having a great day. You know what? I just wanted to, send some blessings out there, send some love. And I like to share my thoughts with the people, my friends, and anybody that just happens to come across this video. I just want to put something out there because I've been always one to want to search out for truth. It's always started with like a more of a spiritual type of sense, wanting to know what was real when it comes to religions and whatnot. That also expanded when it comes into contact with alien agendas, like this whole UFO phenomenon, wanting to know more about that. This goes deeper when you start hearing about the corporations that are actually disguising as governments and countries that are stealing the resources from the people and putting the people in a state of in mental slavery through a system of domination and control. They tout human rights and equality, but you don't see that anywhere. And then it goes deeper when you hear about certain programs that these governments are running that are black ops programs and secret space programs or super soldier programs. And it's all about what they're doing with the DNA, what they're doing with the soul of the body, and not necessarily the body. This is just a heads up to a lot of my friends and family that are really stuck in the 3D matrix. Unless you've kind of not been conditioned to any belief, to take a step out of your belief system in a state of neutrality to look at all perspectives, it may be very hard. I think there's a lot of good things in a lot of good belief systems. But I also think that we need to reflect on this duality that we're focusing on, that's always based on light versus dark, and we're not focusing on the love. If you want to actually put it into thought about, say a creator or a prime creator, universal creator, source, the whole concept that what was created had to have some sort of thought of love. It was a love-based action, so here we look to our creator on a microscopic level, looking at something macro, and it's hard for us to conceptualize what the macro existence would be like. But we're in an age of information, where there's so much people out there speaking their truth, to educate our human race of our history, our present, system of domination, control, and what can be happening in the future through a transition of how our solar system is moving through our galaxy or our universe. We are not understanding, like an ant may not understand what's happening on the surface of the planet. We on the planet do not understand what is truly happening in the universe. And there's so much disinformation out there. There's so much things to choose from, to believe in. And there's so many people that want to tell you the way it is. I'm not trying to tell anybody the way it is. My only point here is to try to inspire people to take a step back and look at information, and from a neutral point, and use their moral compass and their intuition to suss out the truth. Because there's so much information out there that does have some truth to it, but it's up to the user to digest out the bull crust, so I just want to put some people into give some people some names of some people that could be beneficial if you start maybe checking their information out. There's for me, I've been promoting Winston Shrout and the whole solutions in commerce and commercial redemption process. I think that's vital to understanding the three-dimensional prison and the remedy that could be used if you have knowledge. Also, there's people like Laura Eisenhower. She's like an intuitive. She's very connected to the earth, and she has a perspective of the astrology that is very important. And she also has some very interesting information through the use of technology that was used upon her to try to sway her. So she's sort of a whistleblower as well. There's also many different super soldiers out there you could check out in this Bases series. Most of these super soldiers are coming out because the truth needs to be known. And people can dismiss their story, but even if some of the story is a played out, half of it is a played out fantasy, you know, it's up to the user to discern the truth from the reality. And even if there is a 50% of that false in statement, there are 50% truth still to be found within things that they're saying. And the way I'm seeing the way to easily to tell what is real when you're listening to many different people is when information intersects and crosses paths with other person's information. I've been paying attention to the Star Knowledge conferences. Shirley Bolsack, amazing information, like very amazing. Jennifer Marks, the intuitive expression she puts and reads through of another language and inspires with music, it's incredible. Even like you got to look to our old oral historians as well. In the Star Knowledge conferences, there are so many incredible indigenous native elders that are willing to share their gifts now. For many years, they would not share their truths, but the doors are open on so many levels. People need to understand how all these truths and information can relate to where we are now. And the fact that, you know, there's concepts that we're born into believing. For example, the time of judgment, you know what I mean? And we're expecting to go through a judgment process from the Creator without understanding what that process is actually going to look like. Now, we have another amazing, incredible entity, man, known as Andrew Bartzis. And he is the galactic historian, and his information truly gives us an understanding and a glimpse of the history of the planet never before seen or experienced. I think it's truly important that people check out his interviews that he's had in the past. There's two particular series. One's Walking in Energy series. There's 3 episodes to that, and that is really amazing. I'm gonna be posting them on my Facebook. The other one I found it extremely informative. It was though it's broken into maybe over 16-17 episodes, but I think you can find them in 2 and whatever hour videos on YouTube, and that's with Lance White, I believe, and they're at Mount Shasta. Incredible information in glimpse of our history that we're not known, and it gives us another understanding to this duality, this polarity that we on this microscopic level see as good versus evil. But when you're looking at it in a macro type of scenario, things look much different. And then when you're looking from a 3D perspective, from a macro to a micro perspective, things in your understanding will definitely change. And people need to start to understand the importance of service service to an individual from an individual. We got to stop looking towards our immediate family, our friends and family as the click in this game of life. We need to start seeing that our bodies are just a form of technology, the best technology in the universe, in our particular galaxy, our universe, whatever. And what is within that body is the soul family. And we have so many souls that are swapped, and they're not put in the right. And I'm not saying that the people in your family are not your family, that they are obviously your family, right? But there's another layer to this as well that people do not understand, and we have to really take a step back and check out the information, because it's about changing our reality. We can continue to accept this system of domination and control where everybody is out to get everybody else, and everybody wants the best things, and we all have to work slavery hours and never achieve those things. We can achieve everything we want. We can be anything we want, and we can take back our sovereign right as a divine individual, as something that was created. We do not have to accept this system of domination and control. It acts through tacit consent, which we acquiesce to through not objecting to any of this stuff. We need to start getting angry. We need to start getting connected with each other. We need to start putting down all this stupid, trivial bullshit that doesn't mean anything. And we got to stop focusing on all the hate and projecting the hate of one person doing something to another, and using that fear porn and that hate to project back at somebody else for doing these actions. We need to understand that people are trying to control us through hate, and they put things on the internet to make us hate and make us participate in a hateful energy to inspire other people with hate, and that's wrong. I've stopped posting things about as much as I want to help Gaza. I know how I can help Gaza. Me posting things about dying kids on my feed is not helping the people of Gaza. It's feeding into this fear porn agenda, this manipulation of our energy. We need to stop doing this. We need to stop forcing evil images on people and expect them to act in a negative way against somebody else, or in a positive way against somebody. We need to stop being against, and we need to start coming together. We need to start loving each other. We need to start paying attention to the important things in life. And we need to take our power back, and we need to take our rights back. We need to take our sovereignty back, and we need to take our love back. We need to take our love back for each human being. Doesn't matter what skin suit you're wearing on this planet. We all have soul family here. We all have to appreciate that we're here for a reason. I talked about the concept of judgment, that we're living in the judgment, but people don't understand that there was a time from between 2011 to 2014 where there was the prime creator of this universe issued out an audit from our central sun. That was the judgment. It's already passed. People have been judged by their actions, and things have been changing. Many people have been affected by this audit. And it's important because we cannot go back. We have to go forward. People need to rise up in their consciousness. We need to accept that we've been lied to. We need to accept that the system is out to get us. And we need to use that fear and transmute it into love for each other. We need to disassociate ourselves from those people trying to invoke us with fear, invoke us through tacit consent to things that do not benefit us on a physical, spiritual, and an emotional level. We need to understand that money is just a negotiable instrument, is where we're negotiating energy for an exchange of something. You know what I mean? We need to understand that we can't base our existence on paper. We need to, if we're going to truly exchange our energy for a value, you know what I mean? We have to come together and do that in a more mutually beneficial exchange. so we can all work together. We can all do this. You know, we can all be equal in our wealth. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's not about me this is my opinion. I'm just throwing it out there, but I think it's important because I'm just noticing a trend, especially on Facebook, because I've been on Facebook for a long time, and I've been an active participant in putting information up there, and I always thought, I gotta get people to know about this shit. I gotta let them know the information globally, because you gotta understand, a lot of people are not connected to global news. I thought it was important to shed light on these wars, shed light on the killings of innocent children, shed light on all this information. But you gotta understand as well, as important it is to bring information to people, it's their choice to take it and use it. You know what I mean? And you got to understand, as much as that information is on the internet, it's not there. It's there for a reason. You know what I mean? You're not getting in your media, but they put in this type of control system through putting negative information and sharing negative to generate a form of hate energy that we can be used as a fuel source to be fed upon. You know what I mean? We got to understand that when we're putting our effort into hateful things, and think we're doing it a good because we're letting people know how bad these people are and how much I hate this other person because they're killing people, so I hate them. You know what I mean? You are yourself feeding into an energy and being fed upon yourself in a higher micro macro type of level that we do not truly understand until somebody on the planet came that could just give the information out. Okay, these big words and whatever, indulge and whatever. I don't know. That's probably the wrong word anyway. But anyway, the fact that a man came as the galactic historian, he's on the planet, he's letting people know real information. So I suggest you guys check this stuff out. I'm also thinking about making a thing where I want to get some people together and we can break down certain YouTube videos, certain interviews, certain seminars, certain whatever, half an hour, whatever long they are. I want to come up with a panel for 4 people, 2 guys, 2 girls, and we can just break down the interview. You know what I mean? And we can talk as mutual people, all individual with our own opinion, to further provoke thought and further provoke communication, so we can all better understand what's going on around us, so people don't feel like, oh my god, I know all this stuff and I'm one person out there trying to wake up everybody and nobody's listening because everybody's got their TV on and everybody's like, you gotta stop paying. You're paying a bill to be brainwashed. You gotta stop doing that. As much as like these shows and it's all entertaining and stuff and it's good to unplug sometimes, it's great. But you got to understand where you're putting your energy. And you got to understand who's using that energy. And the more we're aware of this, the more we try to give that energy to others in a positive way, or to ourselves in a positive way, or to the planet in a positive way. You know what I mean? We're going to see this whole falling of this corrupt system a lot faster. Because it's on the way. It could happen next year, this year. It could happen in 20 years. You know what I mean? The fact is, the ball is rolling down the hill. You know what I mean? We got people on the bottom trying to on the other side of the ball trying to hold it up and not let it go. But the downward momentum is gone. The little rock has been kicked. The ball is going down the hill. And if those people that are trying to hold that ball from going down the hill, if they don't jump out of the way, they're going to get crushed. You know what I mean? So I'm just encouraging people to take a step back, take a breath, breathe. And just open your mind up to some information, engage your friends, engage your families, talk about this stuff so we can all come to a better understanding of what's happening with our reality without our consent. Thank you.